What's up Illuminators, Charlie here from Inkborn Heroes with your weekly dose of Lorcana news. We're 1 week closer to Into the Inklands, which means we've got another week of cards for the new set to cover, so let's get right into it. Hot off the presses, the first of 7 new Atlantis cards just announced today. Kida, Atlantean, is a 1-cost, 2/2 vanilla who quests for 1 lore. Her stats mean she joins a number of other amber cards in this spot, and without a Floodborn counterpart, she may struggle to find a place in the set. Heart of Atlantis joins the likes of Lantern and Dark as a way to reduce the cost of a character when played. This 4-cost, uninkable item has the ability Life Giver. Exert this item to pay 2 less ink for the next character you play this turn. We saw the announcement of 99 Puppies, a 5-cost uninkable action, and whenever one of your characters quests this turn, gain 1 lore. This card could work great in aggro decks to close out matchups, giving some valuable lore for all of those bodies you have on the board. The fact this card's uninkable may limit the number we see per deck, but it still could be a really useful tool. And I can't pass this card without mentioning the adorable art from Agnes Christiansen. Next we have a 1-cost vanilla location, Neverland Mermaid Lagoon. This is a 4 willpower location, it costs 1 ink to move a character there, and it generates 1 lore per turn. This is the first of a pair of 1-cost vanilla locations we saw this week, along with Deville Manor. To be honest, I'm not sure I see much of a place for this location at the moment. You probably want to use your 1-drop slot for a character instead to build board presence, but maybe we'll see more characters that interact with locations and give this some much needed boosts. We only saw 1 Amethyst card revealed this week, and that is this 3-cost location, the Sorcerer's Tower, Wondrous Workspace. This 7 willpower location costs 2 ink to move characters there, and it doesn't generate lore, but characters at this location gain 1 lore when they quest, and your characters named Magic Broom may move here for free. That 2 move cost may limit its play, but for those trying to make broom decks work, it has a lot of potential. Starting with the first of 3 Milo Thatch cards, this is the first Emerald Legendary announced for this set of Lorcana. Milo is a 7-cost, 4/4 that quests for 3 lore and can be shifted for 4 ink. His ability, Take Them by Surprise, is where things really get crazy. When this character is banished, return all opposing characters to their player's hands. Milo plays like a hybrid between Genie on the Job and Be Prepared, with only a few ways to safely remove him, either by returning him to the player's hand first, or turning him to ink with Hades or Let It Go. I think this card is super interesting. Lyle Tiberius Rourke, Cunning Mercenary, is a 3-cost, 2/4 that quests for 1. He has 2 really fun abilities. First, well now you know, when you play this character, choose an opposing character gains Reckless during their turn. They can't quest and must challenge if able. Secondly, he has Thanks for Volunteering. Whenever one of your other characters is banished, each opponent loses 1 lore. Lyle will synergize well with other cards preventing their opponent from questing, and should be a fun addition to Emerald. Our second Milo Thatch is a vanilla 1-cost, 2/2 that quests for 1. Other than being a potential shift target for Legendary Milo, there's not much to say about this one. We have that other vanilla location, Deville Manor, Cruella's Estate. It's the same stats as Neverland Mermaid Lagoon, with a 1-cost, costs 1 to move a character here, 4 willpower, and it will generate 1 lore per turn. Next up we have Morph Space Goo. This is a 2-cost, 2/1 for 1 lore with the ability Mimicry. You may play any character with shift on this character as if this character had any name, creating a potential shift target for characters like Beast Tragic Hero and Bell Hidden Archer, who currently don't have anything at the moment. Morph's low willpower will mean players have to get creative to keep it in play long enough to make use of the ability though. Over in Ruby we have a 3-cost location, Agrabah Marketplace. This is a 5 willpower location, it costs 1 ink to move a character there, and it generates 2 lore per turn. This location has reasonable enough stats and may even survive a turn to give you that lore, but we'll see how much play it actually sees. Our third Milo Thatch to join the set is Spirited Scholar. This is a 2-cost, 2/2 that quests for 1, and while at a location, he gains +2 strength. Sumerian Talisman is a 3-cost item, adding more card draw to Ruby with its ability, Source of Magic. During your turn, whenever one of your characters is banished in a challenge, you may draw a card. Being inkable, this card may well see some play. Prince Eric, Expert Helmsman, is a 4-cost, 2/2 that quests for 2. While I'd normally say his strength lets him down a bit, his ability Surprise Maneuver actually makes it quite the advantage. When this character is banished, you may banish chosen character. Deladuck, Unstoppable Mom, is swinging into action. This is a 2-cost, 3/3 Reckless card. In the current meta, she'll likely be competing for that 2-drop slot in Ruby Amethyst decks, alongside Mim Snake, but being uninkable with no questing power might end up hurting her in the end. I'm super happy to see another Jim Hawkins card, this time Thrill Seeker. This is a 2-cost, 3/2 vanilla card. The 2 willpower may be a problem in the current meta, so we'll see how much play this card actually sees. but maybe we'll see a Floodborn Jim Hawkins coming into the Inklands, and this could be a potentially good shift target for him. Audrey Ramirez, the engineer, is a 5-cost 2/5 that quests for 2. She has Ward, and her ability Spare Parts allows you to ready an item every time she quests. She feels like a great addition to item decks and could pair well with some of the new items announced, such as Lucky Dime is a 7-cost item. Exerted and pay 2 ink to gain lore equal to one of your characters in play. This feels like a great win condition being added to Sapphire item decks that sometimes struggle to close out games. Lucky Dime also has the distinction of being the first legendary item to join Lorcana. Aurelian Gyro Sensor. This item has the Seeking Knowledge ability. Whenever one of your character's quests, you may look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. This is a really interesting card that almost lets you make sure you have the card you need on the top of your deck. It also synergizes well with item builds, and it's also something that could work well with the Sorcerer's Hat that was revealed last week. And some cool trivia, this item is assembled from the parts we see in Belle, Inventive Engineer, and Maurice, World Famous Inventor. Friend Like Me is a 5-cost song. Each player puts the top 3 cards of their deck into their inkwell face down and exerted. Right now I'm scratching my head trying to guess how this will be played, but I'll be very curious to see if people run this in their decks. The final location we have this week is Motunui Island Paradise. This is a 2-cost location with 5 willpower, costs 1 ink to move a character there, and generates 1 lore per turn. The ability Reincarnation though is the real highlight. Whenever a character is banished while here, you may put that card into your inkwell face down and exerted. This location gives even more ramp to Sapphire, and will likely force opponents to deal with the location before they deal with the characters there. It also potentially makes all of your characters act like Grandma Tala, and you can trade them for ink. Finally, in Steel, we have another Simba card coming to Lorcana, this time Simba, Rightful King. This is a 5-cost, 4/6 that quests for 1 lore, and he has the ability Triumphant Stance. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, chosen opposing character can't challenge during their next turn. This adds another on-banishing ability to Steel, and is a clear counterpart to Simba, Rightful King. Helga Sinclair, Right Hand Woman, is a 3-cost 2/4 that quests for 1 and has the challenge ability, gaining +2 strength when challenging. This card strikes me as just okay, and with many other powerful steel cards, I'm not sure how relevant she will be. And then along came Zeus. Rounding us out this week is this 4-cost Uninkable Song that deals 5 damage to a chosen character or location. This is the first card we've seen officially announced that deals damage directly to a location, which gives it a lot of utility. It also gives Steel some removal for those higher willpower characters that can often cause problems. Interestingly, this fills a spot very similar to Dragon's Fire and Ruby decks, and although it isn't a guaranteed banish, it is singable, which is a big strength. While I doubt we'll see many decks running 4 of these, I think 2 or 3 per deck is going to be quite common. Let us know down in the comments what your favorite card reveal was. And if you enjoyed this video, drop us a like on the way out. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell to keep up to date on all the latest Lorcana news. Happy questing!